Thanks to a lot of people, and first to Mr. Slaughter, Mr. Barrett, for giving me the opportunity, and the Marquette Catholic board for giving me the opportunity to coach here. Sheila Bierman, I mean, everything she does is, she calls me every other day and reminds me that I forgot to do some things. So she keeps me on track, and I appreciate her help also. Jack Holmes, I don't think he's here because he had a knee replacement, but it's been his transition to coming in as an athletic director, making the transition smooth has made it very easy. And of course, to Father Bill, this weekend, great thing with the team. We had a great mass, and he's been to a few games, and the kids like it when he's there. So appreciate you being there in attendance. To my parents, to Mrs. Bosher and Mrs. Dalton, up the senior night, that takes a lot of pressure off me also. It was a fantastic thing you guys put together for them, so I appreciate that also. To Mr. Hahn, who his daughter graduated here a couple years ago, but he has been nice enough to come. I gave him a phone call because he takes great pictures, and he's come out and taken pictures of every one of these kids. So if you haven't got the chance to get any pictures, he has them. I appreciate him coming out and helping us also. And last but not least, I don't know if Deb Walsh is here either, but for her to step up as a parent and help me also with these kids is just tremendous. She, from the uniform ordering to getting the numbers straight to you name it, she does it. So I appreciate her effort also. As far as the season goes, as many as you know, all I'm going to say is wow, what a roller coaster. A lot of doubters, a lot of haters in the beginning. 0-3-1 to start the season. Everybody just wrote us off as they just don't have it this year. And these kids have had everything happen to them this year. From the team unity wasn't there right off the bat. We had a Marquette tragedy, we had injuries on the team. We had some sickness there toward the end of the playoffs, and these kids just went through every one of those negatives and made it positive toward the end, and they finally came together at the end. From the internet, and for those of you that don't know, I'm going to tell you that you can. Springfield has a website called channel1450.com, and they always cover Springfield. They cover Sacred Heart Griffin, they cover Williamsville, they cover Rochester, and they always put these kids on TV and they interview them, and they just allow these kids to just talk, and they always, all of them are always coming after Marquette. Every one of them are just, Marquette doesn't know what's coming, we're coming at them, and so I thought it was a good tool. I sat down and I would show them the videos. Look what they're saying about you. And hopefully that helped a little bit, because I'll tell you what, once we started the playoffs, all them teams that were talking, because we didn't do any talking, and I told them, we don't do that. Here at Marquette, we train, we play, and we don't get cocky and arrogant. We take care of business on the field, and that's exactly what they did. From the Jabot game all the way through is just absolutely unbelievable. So from early in the season to where I was actually lost, the coaches and I, Matt and I would always sit down and talk, and I would say, man, I'm lost, I don't know what's going on. And he'd say, well, I'm a little bit lost too, let's try this. And we would always go at the kids as a team, as a coaching staff. So I appreciate Matt, and Taylor's not here either, but they always kept me on track. And it's hard on the sideline for any of you that's been a coach, you'll know, but you get caught up in the moment of watching one player or one position of how you're going to fix it, and you're not paying attention to something else, and Matt will come up and go, hey, she's tired, or she needs to move to the right side, and that kid over there is killing us on that side, and we would make changes. So I appreciate everything that Matt did this year. I wouldn't go through the whole entire lineup one by one, but I don't feel that this is a team sport, and these kids came together as a team. They all know how I feel about them, and as well as you as parents feel about them. Each one of these kids, and for the parents that some of your kids didn't get to play as much as others, you have to understand that there's not a kid sitting in one of these chairs that, whether they play 10 minutes a season or 40 minutes or 550 minutes, every one of these kids here would start for most programs. We are fortunate enough here at Marquette that we have a phenomenal soccer program, and there's a lot of great players and a lot of great athletes. But just because some of these kids didn't play as much as the other ones. These kids are just all athletes. I mean, every one of these kids. So it took a team effort, and I appreciate all the work from every single one of you. As far as next year, we got a lot of returning great players. We got a lot of kids that are hungry, and I hear we got a few decent freshmen coming in. So we're looking for big things. So as far as that